What if every hidden fear you've had, every emotion you tried to push down, suddenly took shape? Imagine the most dangerous thing you ever had to face wasn't another person, but the part of yourself you avoid the most. Because in JoJo, that's exactly what a stand is. It's not just a power, it's who you really are when all the walls come down. And Hirohiko Araki, the endlessly creative, fashion-obsessed mind behind JoJo, built the entire series around one idea. A person's true nature always finds a way to reveal itself. That's why his stands feel so personal. They expose things the characters themselves don't want to admit. Jotaro's pressure, Josuke's wounds, Kira's secrets. Araki didn't just design cool abilities, he turned psychology into a battle system. Today, we're breaking down how he did it, why it works so well, and how his life shaped the stands we see in parts 3 through 6. Araki grew up in Sendai, a quiet city surrounded by art museums. He spent more time staring at Renaissance paintings than reading manga. He loved the idea that a single pose could tell you everything about a person without a word being spoken. That fascination never left him. It became the backbone of JoJo, where silhouette, posture, and personality blend together. So when Araki introduced stands in part 3, he wasn't just creating a power system, he was creating a second body for each character, a visual representation of their inner self. Before stands existed, Araki already toyed with the idea of inner power. Jonathan's hamon isn't just sunlight energy, it's the physical form of Jonathan's purity and moral clarity. He breathes calmly, he fights using discipline. His power is literally life energy. Joseph, the complete opposite, trickster, chaotic, improvisational. So his hamon manifests through misdirection, pranks, cleverness, and last-second gambles. Araki was experimenting, testing a concept. What if characters' abilities reflected their personalities? But it wasn't until part 3 that he perfected the formula. Jotaro always plays the cool, calm, unshakable hero, but that's an act. He's constantly bottling up emotion, stress, and frustration. And Star Platinum reflects that perfectly. It's incredibly precise because Jotaro needs control. It's overwhelmingly strong because that anger has to go somewhere. And Time Stop, that's emotional shutdown. It's Jotaro freezing the world so he doesn't have to feel anything for a moment. Star Platinum isn't about strength, it's about pressure. Kakyoin grew up isolated, and you can feel that in the way he fights. Hierophant Green's entire combat style is distance. It attacks from far away, avoids close contact, and never exposes its user. That's not a tactic, it's Kakyoin's personality. Polite, reserved, watching from the sidelines. Not because he wants to be distant, but because connection terrifies him. So when he finally trusts the group, when he puts everything on the line for them, his stand becomes something more. It stops hiding, and it stands with him openly for the first time. Josuke might be the kindest Joestar, but kindness can be a shield too. Crazy Diamond can repair anything except Josuke. That's the tragedy Araki wrote into him. Josuke grew up with emotional wounds he pretends aren't there. An absent father, a near-death childhood, and a constant fear of appearing weak. So he focuses on healing everyone else, helping others distract him from his own unresolved pain. Crazy Diamond isn't just a power, it's a metaphor for a boy who wants to fix the world because he doesn't know how to fix himself. Kira represents a different kind of psychological horror. He's not chaotic, he's chillingly normal. A man obsessed with blending in and staying unnoticed. And Killer Queen reflects that exact mindset. It erases evidence, cleans up loose ends, keeps everything neat, controlled, and perfect. Kira doesn't want conflict. He wants routine, predictability, and an unchanging, quiet life. That makes him terrifying because he's a type of monster who smiles politely while hiding everything. Killer Queen is the embodiment of denial, a stand built out of secrets, repression, and the need to erase anything that disrupts his illusion. Giorno's entire character is about transformation, choosing the kind of person he wants to become, instead of accepting the one he was born to be. He's Dio's son, but he refuses Dio's worldview. Instead, he builds his own. Jolyne starts her story feeling abandoned, misunderstood, and completely lost, and her stand reflects that instantly. Stone Free unravels into string, literally falling apart, just like Jolyne does emotionally. But the important part is what comes next. She learns to knit herself back together. She turns fragments into structure, and she finds strength in the very things that once made her feel weak. Stone Free evolves as Jolyne evolves, piece by piece, thread by thread. It's one of the most human metaphors that Araki ever created. And that's the genius of Hirohoki Araki. He didn't just design cool battles, he turned every stand into a mirror, a reflection of who those characters truly are and who they're trying to become. JoJo isn't just about fighting, it's about identity, about the parts of ourselves we hide, the parts we run from, and the parts we have to face to grow. Because in JoJo, every battle is internal, long before it becomes external.